Hi, this is Dawn Haight, and today I'm going to show you how to make this plaid ornament card using supplies from close to my heart. I'll be using the stamp set for the tree, and I'll be using the plaid image, and then I'll be using an old favorite, Say It in Style. They brought this stamp set back and it's available in the core catalog. I'll be stamping on the dark side of a 4x4 piece of candy apple cardstock, and then the sentiment will be on a piece of white daisy that's cut at 3/4 by 3.5 inches. And both of these pieces are going to be die cut. So I'm using black ink and I'm using my stamping platforms so that I can stamp the image twice. So I'm lining up the stamp in a minute here. It doesn't have to be in any specific spot because I'm going to die cut this piece. And I'll be inking up my image with the black ink. And just make sure that it's got complete coverage. And I'm pressing it down and making sure that it has contact with all of the cardstock there. And now I'll ink it up again so that I can stamp it a second time. I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink, but you can also use the intense black ink from Close to My Heart. I've got some on order and it's supposed to arrive on Monday, so I'll be using that from now on, but for today I'm using the Tuxedo Black. Okay, we've got our ornament stamped, and now I'm going to bring in the stamp chamois to clean everything off my stamp. The stamp chamois is a new item that all you use is water to clean. You wet down the stamp chamois and then wipe off the ink with. So now I'm getting ready to stamp the sentiment image, also in black ink, and it doesn't have to be in any particular spot on this piece of white daisy cardstock. Just center it enough to be able to die cut it. And then I'll be bringing in my Big Shot to do die cuts. Okay, so I'm going to be using the extended platform and it's on the thin cut level. The set that I'm using is called Custom Ornament, and I'll be using the topper and the ornament shape from this set. I like to line it up and secure it using purple tape. This is a low tack tape that won't tear your cardstock, but it keeps your die cut in place. And it can be used multiple times, so that's why I just stick it to the top of my Big Shot there. So the next die cut that we're going to use to cut the sentiment is from the Hawthorn card making workshop, and it's still available online. So I've cut out the sentiment, and now I'm going to change the tab on my Big Shot platform to do an embossed piece. So I've got a 4x4 piece of white daisy cardstock, and I'm using the Snowflakes embossing folder. So you just place it in the folder and make your sandwich. And then run it on through the Big Shot. And then you get this embossed snowflake image. And after that, I'm bringing in some Shimmer Spritz. I'm using an old product. It's the old Pearl paint from Close to My Heart. You can also use the Shimmer Spritz from Tsukineko. I like to use the Pearl paint mixed. It's a 1-to-1 mix with water, and I put it in a spritzer bottle and mist it 4 or 5 times. And you can't really see it on camera, but it gives it a really nice shimmery finish in real life. Okay, so now I'm ready to start assembling the card. I've got Holly Jolly cardstock, and this is a small piece. It's 1 1/4 inches by 4 inches. And then I've got a piece of black cardstock cut at a 1/2 inch by 3 1/4 inches to mat the sentiment. And then off camera, I've cut the topper out of black shimmer glitter paper. And now I'm starting to assemble the card. I'm going to attach the black cardstock with the broad tip glue pen. It's my favorite glue for building cards. And after I attach it to the card base, I like to smooth it out with a bone folder. And the next piece that goes on is the embossed snowflake white daisy piece, and I'm attaching this with foam tape so that it gives it a little more dimension, and it's easier to attach embossed or textured pieces to cardstock using the foam tape. And then the Holly Jolly piece goes down below it, and I'm leaving a border, a black border around everything, around the edges. And then I'm attaching the sentiment and matting it on to the black cardstock. And then I'll attach the sentiment to the card also using foam tape. Okay, so after that, I'm ready to attach the ornament to the card, and I'm using the white glue from Tombow because it's an embossed piece that this one is going to be attached to, so a thicker glue works a little bit better. And for gluing small pieces like this, I've decanted the Tombow white glue into a Doris fine tip applicator bottle. You can get these on Amazon. And we'll get that attached to the card using some tweezers. It just makes it a little bit easier for placing smaller pieces down. And the last step is to add a bow using, this is some black satin ribbon that it's from my stash, and I'm attaching it with a glue dot. We'll tidy that up and then we'll be finished. I'll make a list of all of the supplies with links below. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I appreciate it. If you'd subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching.